we'll start again. Now what I'm doing right now is taking these 4 bolts off. I already taken took 3 off. This other one I need to use my ratchet and a pry bar because somebody over tightened this one but not the rest. So that's what I'm doing right now. Alrighty. I just need to break it loose a little bit. Once I break it loose, I can go back to there. Now that the 4 bolts is out of there, let's to the beat up there. Now, let's go ahead and move my air hose out the way. Alright. Should have put on my gloves, but I didn't. I guess, oh well. Alright. And it's cold out here. Anyway. Now, you have a, I want to say 15 here. I'll have all the tools needed. A 15 here. That appears to be about an 18 on the ball joint. This is the ball joint. I bought the entire assembly. So I got this to connect the ball joint from the knuckle housing. I should be able to do it without taking the brakes loose. If not, I'm going to take the caliper off and move it out the way. But I'm going to see if I can replace this without, with one less step. So I got to take the upper ball joint motor loose. And then the bottom strut mount. Bottom strut mount right here. And sometimes you have to take the mount itself apart and able to slide the in order to slide the strut out. Show you what I'm talking about. You have the strut up here. You have the 4 bolts here, and the strut mount housing. 1, 2, 3, 4 already been taken out. It's separated from the top of the car. Now what you have to do is unbolt this, because your strut actually sits in the knuckle or the bracket, and then you have another nut and bolt here which looks like it's 9/16 or 14. One is standard, one is metric. Alright, you may have to take this bolt out, which 9 times out of 10 we do, and which will cause for a 9/16 socket and a 9/16 wrench. Yeah, it looks like 9/16. Could be a 15, but I think it's 9/16 or even 14 in metric. Alright. So I have this bolt, unloosen this bolt, which would allow unloosen this bolt. Where it go? This bolt, unloosen this bolt, and it'll allow this knuckle or this bracket to slide down out the way, and unbolt the upper ball joint, knock the ball joint loose. This should move out the way, the whole hub assembly, knuckle, brake caliper, rotor, etc., etc. I should be able to move it forward and drop this down. See if we can cut this down in steps. Cut a couple steps out of this. So let me get this set up back on the tripod. Blah that. Let me back it up a little bit, make sure y'all can see. Now y'all gotta excuse me because I'm double recording that shit. Alright, y'all good over here on live stream? 23 people. How you doing? You doing alright? So am I. Alright, so let's see what we got. I think we have a, I want to say 9/16 and 18. Actually, here's my 18 right here. Oh, it's probably going to be a 19. But first, for those of you over here for this channel, you have to take that cotter key out of there. It's the cotter key in there, cotter pin. Alright. Have to take that cotter pin out of there, which calls for a pair of pliers, needle noses, preferably pair of pliers, flathead screwdriver, sometimes a Phillips screwdriver, and maybe a hammer if it don't want to come out easy. So let's go ahead. Crazy thing. That cotter key broke, but it's still not out. Okay. Grab a nail. I mean a screwdriver. I mean not a screwdriver, a hammer. Excuse me. Let me grab a hammer. Da 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 da. There we go. There's a hammer. There's a smaller Phillips screwdriver. Because it's like a teardrop hole at the end. I got some new ones, so I'll give you a picture of them. Now, you know, I'm working and I'm videoing. Please don't speak to me right now. Thank you. So, what you want to do is you have to get that cotter key out. If you don't get that cotter key out there, you're not going to get that ball joint loose. So sometimes, yeah, you have to improvise. Alright? Majority of the times they don't come out. If y'all can hear me, I'm over here on the other side of the garage. Sometimes they don't come out. Like I said, you have to improvise and figure out the best way to get them out. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to grab some vice grips. As long as you got enough lip or enough of biting surface. Tighten your vice grips down and pry a certain way, and guess what? It'll come right out. Readjust, pull it some more, straighten it back out, readjust, it'll come straight out. Of course it was broke. Never mind, I got new ones. Now, I think that is a 19. Yep, 19 millimeter. So let me back the camera up, this camera, make sure y'all can see it. Because what I'm going to do, because it is pretty tight, I'm going to, before using my, actually I probably won't even use my air tool on this, I'll hand ratchet this. I want to break it loose, get your 19 millimeter. So your ball joint nut on this is a 19 millimeter. Alright. Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. Going to the left. Whoa. It's always a mess when you're trying to do things and explain to people, but it is what it is. And actually, try not to drop your damn tools. You know, when a lot of this stuff is factory, it's gonna be tough getting off sometimes. All right. some cases. What makes it a little bit easier is penetrating oil. Making sure my camera's still going over here. That's the important one over there. It's penetrating oil. So, let me see. Let's do something else. Let's see if my impact will fit. Nope. I was trying to get away and cheat with my impact, but of course that's not going to work. So, and actually at this moment, because actually I'm unprepared, but I got to do this, so I'm doing it now. And I don't know where my penetrating oil is. Penetrating oil, WD-40. Yeah, no. Lubrication. Alright. So anyway, let me just continue. 19. Get that off of there. Now the new assembly, of course, comes with a